英語を話せるようになるために必要なものは、努力、忍耐力、勇気。英語を話す際の恥ずかしさや間違いを恐れない心構え。現代の日本人が一番苦手意識を持っている部分だと思います。
英語を話したら英会話
って思ってる方。やっぱりマンツーマンの英会話の先生って丁寧にゆっくり喋ってくれるけれども、世界に出てみると私たちのレベルに合わせて喋ってくれるわけじゃないし、英語は必ずしもネイティブが喋ってるわけではない。強いアクセントを持って喋っている人たちがいる。みんなそれぞれの間合いで会話に参加したりとかして、自分もその中に食って入って話していかないと会話なんて成り立たない。だからマンツーマンの英会話って音質育ち。じゃあどうしたらいいのか。その答えはグループレッスン。皆さんこんにちは、カノンチャンネルのせーの、カノンです。はい、今回は実際にリアルな英語に触れて、リスニングとスピーキングと自信がついて、どこに行ってもどんな場所でも英語を話せるようになる。そんな方法を今日は紹介したいと思います。それはキャンブリのグループレッスンです。生徒の数最大3人で、最近の出来事や文化などのトピックについて話し合ったりするんだけど、みんなの前で話すっていう勇気も育まれるし、スピーキング力もアップする。今もしかしたら一番求められているものかもしれない。ということで、私グループレッスン今まで一度も受けたことないんですが、だから緊急する。元留学生で海外7年住んだ私がグループレッスンを受けたらどうなるのか、その生徒たちと仲良くなることができるのか、検証していきたいと思います。それでは行きましょう。シュッ、残り1分です。これがホーム画面なんですが、予約中のレッスン出てきます。ここにレッスンに参加をポチッと押して、はい、訂正スタイルは、セッション終了時にしますか。続行時間前にいらっしゃったようですね。褒められてる。どんな感じで始まるんだろう。
Hello!
Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you great.
I really love your outlook and your everything. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. While we are waiting, we can start with this question here.
Okay.
Do you remember any of your first trips away from home? And what do you remember?
The first country that I visited was New Zealand. It was like when I was 6. Hey, Adrian.
Hello. Hi, Daniela.
Hello. And Kanon was just telling us about her first trip ever to New Zealand.
And what I can remember about it was like I struggle in terms of like listening their English. I could not tell like anything to them. It was kind of really nervous moment.
I can imagine. And Kanon, did you want to share where you are from?
Yes, I am from Japan and I currently live in Tokyo.
You're very eager to learn. That's for sure.
Yes. Eric, did you want to share?
My name is Farid. I come from Russia. My first trip was to the south of Turkey. I didn't have a problem that Kanon had speaking English with local people because they spoke Turkish. So.
I'm from France. I'm always betrayed by my accent, I think. Very French accent. It was 19 years ago. I went to Czech Republic when it came to speaking in English because at the time it was complicated. Frenchies had an issue with English. So at the time it was a struggle, but we made it.
Great. Well, the goal for today is really to have you use your speaking skills and listening skills. What should the first topic be?
Maybe C?
Okay, solo or group travel. We'll start there. You can just respond to your thoughts.
Kanon, do you want to start?
Okay, Thailand is probably a good place to travel alone because everything is so cheap.
Wow, no, that's super interesting that you're talking about Thailand. I would love to travel there.
So do you like Thai food?
Yes, the advantage of living in Paris is that there's a lot of restaurants. I think there are 15,000 restaurants in the city, and especially Thai, actually. There's a lot of Thai restaurants. So I try to go at least 1 or 2 times a month.
That's cool.
And it means a lot coming from a French person, I guess, because French cuisine is so good. Also, I can say that Japanese cuisine is very good.
But I think like French foods is more expensive like comparing to any other foods. What do you think? There are no ways for us to spend on having the French food in Japan because it was very expensive.
For us, it's a standard, so it's okay, I would say. I actually lived in the Netherlands for 3 years.
Okay.
And yeah, when I wanted to go to a French restaurant, like when I was nostalgic, it was actually too expensive compared to France. So yeah, I get to a point Kanon about this.
I prefer traveling with a person close to me. Meaningful experience, and it can be more meaningful if you travel with someone because you have all those experiences to share. So that would be my answer.
お次はこのトピック。
F of the beaten path and or be tourist. spots when I was a young student. So I actually studied in Seoul. I tried like for 4 months to travel around the country and go to the countryside. I get the chance to talk with locals, and you could really feel the difference between like people, the lifestyle between people living in the big city and in the countryside. And I really like this experience of like living it as a local, I would say, like not only go to like tourist spots, get the feel of the vibe, the culture, the food, everything. I definitely prefer that, like going off the beaten tracks rather than going for the big tourist spots. That's really where you get the experience of the country. What do you guys think of this?
I totally agree with you, but yeah, I would choose to go the big tourist spots if it's like for the first time, so that like I can experience something the country that they are proud of, or sorry, I sneezed, sorry.
It's okay.
But from the second time, I would go definitely off the beaten path, because for the big tourist spots, all these places are somewhere local people don't go, and I would like to see and experience somewhere they go. So I probably, if it's the second time or third, I would choose to go off the beaten path.
I agree with you.
I agree with you too.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that sometimes going somewhere from Russia is also expensive.
Okay.
And if you're close to Japan, for instance, it's still very expensive for you to go to Europe. I come from the middle part, if you picture the map.
Okay.
So it's also not cheap for me to. It was expensive, like to go east and go west. So if I want to fly to Japan, it's also expensive for me.
Russia is very huge country, right? It's the largest country in the world. How long does it take for you to go from east side to the west side by the train? No, airplane.
Probably like 12 hours, maybe something like that, 9-12 hours. And on it by train, you don't want to do that. It's like 2 weeks or something. Yeah, I know that it's very popular for like foreigners to come and for some reason take trains and go like from one end of the country to another. But when you picture the like Russian train system, it's not like in Japan where they have high-speed trains.
Okay.
So like Russian trains are outdated a little bit and not that comfortable. So very narrow space for 2 weeks is not imaginable. So I would not advise you to do that.
That was a good topic.
Yes, Farid, you're up.
Well, I'd like to hear about travel in Japan and in France. That would be interesting to hear your opinion on that.
I would like to ask you too, like, have you visited France or Japan? I have not been visited Russia, but I went to France maybe 4 times before.
Looks like you know France better than me.
No.
I went to Japan. Like in time when I lived in South Korea, I had the opportunity to go to Tokyo for maybe 4 days. I really want to go back to Japan soon, especially that I love Japanese culture, so I think I should go there soon.
Good to hear it.
Yeah, actually I had a chance to study in France for like 2 years. I plan to go to Japan actually this year, upcoming year. So hopefully I'll manage to do that.
Oh, you want to travel around the country in Japan?
Yeah, that's what I actually wanted to ask Kanon about, what she would recommend to visit.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, since I have this opportunity to talk to a local person.
Responsibility. But I think it depends on the season. When are you planning to come to Japan?
Either spring or autumn.
Spring, then definitely you should go to Kyoto. You know, cherry blossoms in Japan is so famous.
Yeah.
I just cannot choose one, but...
We only have a little bit of time left.
Oh, no!
Why didn't we book like a 3-hour session? Oh, we have a lot to discuss.
Yes.
I would like to know your recommendation to visit in Russia or in France.
One of my favorite cities is Le Havre. Maybe Farid knows it because he lives in Normandy. It's a bit like Harry Potter vibe. So my recommendations. And you, Farid?
Thank you.
I'll make it easier for Kanon because I would recommend to go to the eastern part, which is western part for Japan. It's really close and all the beautiful nature is there. A lot of bears and wild like nature and animals. So you have to be careful and stay on the like official tracks, not to go somewhere else. Yeah.
All right. Well, I just want to say, Cameron, Farid, Adrian, it's been so great to meet all of you and hear your experiences.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And it was so nice to meet you both as well, Farid and Kanon. Really, really interesting conversation.
Thank you! It was nice talking to you! グループレッスン終了しました楽しかった。今までやってきた英会話レッスンの中で一番現地の生活でしか得られない緊張感とか生の英会話に触れたっていう感じ。実際に英語で喋るときって知らない人に自分の英語を披露するわけだから、これに慣れないと誰とも話せないっていう風には思ったし、スポーツと一緒で英語って練習すればするほど上手くなるわけよ。挑戦しないといつまで経っても話すことはできないし、こういう緊張感の中で相手のイントネーションとか表情とか見ながら探り自分から話そうとしないと会話をできないっていうのはすごくリアルだった。それはね、4人もおったらマンツーマンと比べると自分の話す量っていうのは必然的に少なくなるけど、マンツーマンにはない培われるものがあるなっていう風に思ったから、グループレッスンめっちゃええ。まあね、初心者のうちは確かにハードルは高いかもしれないけど、初心者だからこそ綺麗な英語を話すようになるために綺麗な音を聞いてレッスンを練習を重ねていくっていうのが大事だという風に思うから、もうね、ここまで来たらね、どこまで勇気振り絞れるかレベルになっちゃうんだけど、
英語を話せるようになるには努力、忍耐力、勇気、一緒に頑張っていこう。ご視聴ありがとうございました。
楽しかった。受けたい。めっちゃいいんですけど。